Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Winner Circle Sports Betting Podcast. Sean Higgs coming out here. It's a Thursday, which means Doug Upstone, Alex Smart, Monday Night Football edition here. A couple days ahead of time, but that's when we roll out the big games for you. A little free pick action here on the YouTube channel. And you're tuning in. Why not hit the like button or maybe the dislike? Maybe you don't want to talk about Eagles and Green Bay. Maybe you want to talk about that great Browns-Jets game. Who knows? You know, that could be a free pick video for you. You want get down on some degenerate action, but we got a little marquee game on Monday night. We'll get at in just a minute and a half. Like, share, subscribe, notification bell on. You don't want to miss out. College football, NFL free picks. We'll be turning the page pretty soon to NBA and college basketball free picks as well. But for now, it's a football-driven show and a football-driven YouTube channel for the season. Daily free picks, Saturday, Sunday. You have Chip Trimis and the Vegas Legends with their free pick videos. Friday, football live, 1:30 p.m. Eastern, live 1:30. We kicked it back for you. Don't be fast, you be late. We kicked it back a half hour because a lot of people were coming in at 1:30. Now we go up in 1:30 2 weeks. Now people are coming in like 1:45. What are we doing here? If you're not on time, you're late. Like, come on, folks. You got to be early. We start 1:30 live. Mark Lawrence, Matt Fargo, myself. Loads of college and NFL free picks for you. And, of course, GamblersWorld.net, our sponsor for all of our best bets, top plays, premium action. Listen, the free picks are great. Free's wonderful. I love going to Costco, walk around there like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You don't have to have dinner. You're just picking on some stuff they're having. The free's wonderful. But, you know, sometimes you might not make it home. I have to go to the bathroom with the free stuff. It's been sitting out for a long time. Pay for your food. Pay for the picks. Get our best bets. You know what? Listen, free's great, but – as I said, we're not going to the dentist in the CVS parking lot to get our tooth removed. GamblersWorld.net for all of our top plays. You see the leaderboards, NBA, college hoops, hockey, NFL, college football. Everything is there for you. 3 738 packages guaranteed. Show your profit or we credit you back. Football 7 days a week. Why wouldn't you get on board? And now we also have a discount. I think they knocked off new pricing, $10, $20, $30 here. So they knocked off the prices. You're going to save on your premium picks. Be sure to check that out on the GamblersWorld.net homepage. So there you go. New low price football picks, favorite sports betting cappers. Who's the Super Bowl? Get them now. Whew. All right. Gentlemen, let's
Hey, Sean, I sympathize with you about being late for starting. You know, I understand what you're talking about.
Here we go. Doug's ears are bleeding from me ranting before the show. They can all be like this. Oh yes, I'm sorry for the bloody ears. It happens. Let's play Knox Smart. He's the new guy, Doug. Most times me and you are under control, right? I don't go on crazy rants like that. Alex comes in. That's what happens. We get this crazy Canuck over here, gets into town. And he gets me cranked up. Alex, I'll throw it to you first here.
Okay.
Because I saw Doug on Monday. How's the weekend? How's the week going? What do you got in store for Gamblers World viewers here for the weekend coming up?
Of course, we're going to have college basketball. We're going to have NFL. We're going to have college football. We've got a lot of action, maybe even some hockey. I took a week off from hockey because I need to look at it closer again because there's been some variations in what's been going on earlier on in the season. But once again, and also NBA action. So all of it will be around this weekend to try to make as much money as we can for everybody. And, hey, cross your fingers. Let's just go. Hey, lucky rabbit's foot weekend.
There we go. Doug.
Yeah,
we have hockey's back, Mr. Hockey. You're not.
Well, I haven't been Mr. Hockey so far. I mean, I'll admit it. I haven't been Mr. Hockey so far. As what Alex talked about, there has been a ton of underdogs that have won. And so, and they've won in some spots that don't make sense. I mean, at all. And so that's slowed me down a little bit there, but we'll bounce back from that. By the system that I used last year that I came up with, I have extreme faith in it, and over 82 games in 6 months or more, I think we're going to be just fine on that. Got 2 straight Sundays of winning in the NFL, so try and make it 3. I'll have at least 3 plays that'll be up later today, if on the presumption this video goes up on Thursday. And then college football, just need a little bit of luck to go my way. Just for example, Sean the other day had Ohio University. Okay. And they throw a broken play, 49-yard pass on a missed tackle for him to get the win. I was on the other side. So that's part of the deal of how this things roll sometimes. Looking forward to that. College basketball, I mentioned the other day, super run going back to last year, 57-32. So that has been fantastic. So I'm real selective on college basketball in November. So we have that. And then, and whatever else comes our way. Basically, I mean, NBA had a nice winner on a total. I don't do a lot of totals, but had a nice total last night. And then today I have a NBA play and not NBA, NHL and college basketball specifically for today. So we'll try and keep things rolling here, Sean, and just trying to keep up with you. That's basically the bigger thing we're trying to do with. You've been on a major role still.
Nah, I've been all right. So Doug's got his Thursday Thunder winner up college hoops. NHL up today, 92.8 super situation. Alex is rolling out with a what do we got here? College hoops winner today, best bet, NFL best bet going up here side for Alex on a Thursday. Is he frozen? I think he is frozen. There. All right. No, you're good. You're moved.
I was asleep.
You're good. You're moving. You're good. You were leaning back. I didn't know. So there is that on Gamblers World. You mentioned my Ohio game. 88-84 with my college football. So I've been right with you trying to, still spinning wheels in November. Week 11, heading into week 11, I'm still have not gotten ahead. Although shockingly, hockey 4-1 start for me in hockey.
Nice.
So I'll take that. 7-8 in college hoops. So slow out the gate with my college basketball. Not craziness here on the site, but it is what it is. We'll
a little early though. Yeah.
It is
4 days in. 3 days.
Yeah, we'll be fine. And like we say here, we have a leaderboard, right? The sports are broken down by sport. You can see who's running hot in all the different sports. Find a cap you like, get on board. Now, speaking of getting on board here, the Eagles and the Packers Monday Night Football, 2.5 and a 44.5 we're staring at here, Doug. And well, listen, nice little game here. For me though, I'm not a big Philly guy. I think the Packers have a little more warts on their hand than the Eagles do. The Eagles have – I don't say they start – it's tough saying a team is playing bad because they are, in first place in their division and rolling along here. I've yet to see a complete game from Philly. Was it against the Giants? I don't even know if that was a complete game versus the Giants because the Giants had a load of problems. That was a nice game, but overall, you look at their body of work this season. I've yet to see that's the Super Bowl team from last year. That's the team that gets to the Super Bowl out of the Eagles, and the Green Bay team to me looks totally flawed. You had a great game one versus the rival, and then Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Jackass. That's what my wife calls me all the time. That is how this team is played. You lose to the Browns. You should have lost to Dallas, giving up 40 points. You have a bad game versus Arizona. This is a team. Again, how you look at it, it's 5-2-1, 16-13 losers to the Panthers last week at home. What's going on in Green Bay? Doug, take it away.
Well, I agree with everything you just said there. For example, even though it's an anticipated game, okay, by record, and I guess by reputation of these teams more recently. But boy, there's a lot of questions. Philly, last week, 276 yards rushing. That took them up to 19th rushing the ball. Okay, that's not great, especially for a team known for it. And so you have to ask yourselves, is that an outlier performance by them? Green Bay run defense, number 5. They gave up a season high 163 yards at home last week to Carolina. It's not like, okay, Carolina's run game's better, but, is that supposed to happen? So Packers, known for fast starts, right? Great game plans going in. Well, the last 2 weeks, they have scored 1 touchdown and kicked 2 field goals in the first half. That's not great offense. Then you start looking at offensive efficiency. Eagles, number 1 in touchdowns scored in the red zone. Great. Packers, number 11. Defense, Philly, number 3. It's preventing touchdowns in the red zone. Packers, number 23 in doing that. The story around the Packers was that they were flat because they were in the Keystone State Sandwich game. Okay, you got Pittsburgh on one side, Philly on the other. But do you really lose that game at home? Geez, you wouldn't think they would. Find a way. So you got Philly, who is number 19 in points allowed, 23 points per game. Nothing special. Packers, decent numbers across the board there, but not great. So I'm looking at this game, and and Alex, I don't think you know this, but Sean does. I am a Packer fan. I still have my season tickets, okay, that I don't go because of where I live and everything, but I just sell them. So I'm still a fan. So as a fan, I'm rooting for the Packers. But as a handicapper, I'm looking at Jalen Hurts is a better quarterback than Jordan Love, excuse me. And where that really shows up to me is in the wins and losses. So to me, here's the clincher. The Packers, an average defense giving up 28 to 23 points per game, going up against a team that gives up 23 to 27 points after scoring 7 or fewer points in the first half of their last 2 games. Teams like Green Bay in this exact spot are 6-26.
Yeesh.
Give me Philadelphia on this one for the free play on the show.
Philly plus the 2.5. Alex, what do you think about the Philly 2.5?
Just I looked at this. I wish there was a 3 there, but anyway, wishing is one thing, and just sitting here with hope and missing for it to happen is
you can buy it minus 130. You can buy it.
Yeah, that nah. I just, but Philly's 8-2 ATS in their last 10 road games, and they're 4-0 OSU post bye week under Nick Sirianni, and the Eagles' offense ranks 8th in the EPA per play, and their new pass rush, Phillips and Graham, I think they're going to exploit Green Bay's shaky O line. I just keep on looking at this as just. Look, Philly's like when push comes to shove, who's the better team? Okay, Philadelphia's a better team. I don't care what they've done to this point. I don't care what kind of football Green Bay will play at Lambeau. The world of cheeseheads, rise up against me today. But I'll just tell you one thing: the Eagles are 10-4 their last 14, and they've won 9 straight versus the NFC North. So you're going to get 2.5 points here. Give me 3 for $1 million. Give me, I wish, or give me 2.5. For a lesser bet. But anyway, I like the Eagles.
Trifecta free pick. Eagles plus the 2.5. As I said, better team. Again, Rico Dowdle going, tearing it up. I think Barkley's a little better player, even if he's not 100%. The Eagles are going to get their cake here needed too, I think, between Hurts and Barkley on the ground, exploit that weak Green Bay defense. 2.5, I'm with you. Real fast. The official show pick plus 2.5. But like the minus 3s, the number you can get out of 130. And we're old school cats, so we were never like buying. It was always, no, you take the number is what it was back in the day. You call up and that's what the guy had. It was 2.5, it's 2.5. You never thought of buying. These books now, like minus 115, 120s are standard on these games. Mm-hmm. And I see it on Twitter a lot, like, if you're not getting a minus 110s or 105s, you're losing. The average Joe is never getting that number. You're not finding minus 110s. It's like 115, 120 is basically a standard now. I don't mind, 125, 130. It's almost expected on a team that's a 1-point favorite. They're minus 120 on a money line. Like, wow, 120. It should be minus 110. Why is it 125? There's no where to go to get that. I mean, listen, we go offshore and try to hunt down a offshore book, but anywhere in the States that's legal, you're not going to get those numbers. I mean, listen, I'm going to say if you want the 3, if you're going to say 125, 130, I'm not going to say no to somebody taking that because it is a standard pill almost without even buying. Do you guys think it's that big of a difference between a 120 and a 130? Yeah. When it's standard 120?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes some people I know, and I'm in between. Every dollar counts, because of the long-term activity that we're part of, right? But
yes, but we're winning more than we're losing though in those spots. If the half point is that, if it's that necessary, like we were talking about again, you need that half point, it comes in handy.
Yeah.
Why would if you think you're good with a 2.5, that's a winner. Why wouldn't you push it a little bit where at least you're going to get a push out of it? Because if you're winning on the 2.5s, you got to be winning more than you're losing anyway.
Right.
No.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
If it's all about the math, if you just want to be, squared up math and not put anything into it,
yes.
maybe it's not good. Yeah, but I understand exactly what you're saying. Yes.
I am saying, like, listen, the EV quants of our industry are going to be like, this is you can't say this and say you're a pro. Listen, the average person, it does not care. The average person is taking this game, and we like the Eagles say plus 2.5. They're going to parlay it with a Hurts anytime touchdown, and they're not going to do a straight play on it. Like the average bettor now is not a straight side or total bettor. They're not. They're a player prop bettor now. I mean, I think that is 95% true. The average person is all player props.
Under 40, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just since we've had so many people here watching their props, Saquon Barkley over 85.5 rushing yards looks like a good bet. Barkley's topped 100 yards in 6 of his last 8 games, including he had 119, if you remember that, against Green Bay in the playoffs. Philly leads the NFL in rush EPA, 0.25 per play. Green Bay allows 4.8 yards to running backs. That's bottom 10, man. That's bad. I mean, looking at this all the way around with Jalen Hurts' mobility and the O-line, health, post-bye, Barkley's going to get 20 carries, man, tonight. Or Monday, and he's going to rock and roll. I think he's going to just run over them.
I like it.
Yeah, anytime touchdown, stuff like that. Well, those are probably too high, though. Anytime touchdown.
His anytime he'll be minus.
Pretty nasty. But the 85.5, we can still find that. I think it's.
Yeah. The other thing
to look at. Go ahead, Doug.
Go ahead.
I was going to say for like the anytime touchdown, if I'm going to take a Barkley or whoever, even Jacobs on Green Bay, if you're going to take because the running back's always going to be like minus 140 or something heavy, right? He's always going to be favored. I'd look at the 2 because you're going to get like automatically at a 3-1 sometimes with the running back to score 2 touchdowns. If they have him basically automatically scoring a touchdown because he's negative odds,
right? Why
not say he gets one? Try the 2 for 2-1 or 3-1. A little less, maybe do a little less of your bankroll on it. The average person's taking both of these running backs and putting them in a parlay for anytime tutty because they're minus and I don't have them in front of me, but I know they're probably minus 150s or something. I can't tell you to take a minus 150. I'm not telling you to take a minus 150 in baseball. I'm not telling you to take a minus 150 on a touchdown. Go ahead, Doug. I'm sorry.
No. A friend of mine, this is from a couple of years ago, he told me this, and I don't know that it changed my mind, but I guess I just thought of it differently, is that now this is all NFL games, and this was over a 5-year period. The average cover of the winning team was by 6 points, the average cover of the spread. Now, this was all games. So, and I know there's ways to break that down and, looking at certain point spreads and trying to figure that stuff out. But the point spread of the half point does come in, and nobody wants to lose on it, but it's not as big a factor as it is perceived to be on there. So I guess I've kind of, lapped off, paying extra to buy half points or whatever. Not that I bought a lot of half points, but I mean, if there was something that really seemed like I thought I could really have some advantage, then fine. But I've kind of backed off that, and for that reason, knowing that number again. Now that number might be less in shorter lines. I actually don't know. I did ask the guy the question, and off the top, he didn't know either. But it's something interesting to think about. To me at least, when you're looking at that.
Yeah, and I'm not condoning like buying the half points because honestly, we're taking Eagles plus 2.5. We don't think they're losing by 2. We think the Eagles win this outright. Let's be honest here. We don't think.
That's the way
I'm glad I got that extra half point to because they lost by 1 or 2.
Right.
No. We think the
Just
Eagles win this
We're
one.
gonna have some insurance on straight up bets.
27-20 or something. It's bonus, bonus with it. At least I do. At least,
That's
I'm
what I
taking
like.
something less than, and even at a less than 10, I think I got, if I'm taking a dog less than 10, I think I have an outright shot, because less than 10, I may pick six or a turnover away from flipping that to a 4-point loss to a 2-point win. So again, 2.5 to me, I got the Eagles here as an outright win, but that's the way I look at it, Alex.
Yeah.
What do we think about the total? What are we looking at the total? Any of us, or
I thought it was down to 43, Sean, to tell you the truth. I thought I saw that earlier today. I could be wrong, but I thought I saw that.
No. Actually, I see right now on Odds Logic Live, a 45.5 right now draft.
Oh, okay. So something's happened then.
yeah, that's interesting. I was just looking. Cold weather. Cold weather favors the unders here in Green Bay. An average of 41 points in November Lambeau night games recently. So 41 points is one of the numbers I'm looking at right now. So maybe an under here might be plausible. We got a field goal margin plus. So
yeah, I would agree with that.
And the red zone efficiency, Eagles 8th and drop back success. Rate allowed, Packers 8th overall. Green Bay's passing game is absolutely depleted. We saw that lately. They're gonna ground and pound. They're gonna try to just survive. And Barkley and Jacobs are just going to chew up clock. That's the way I'm looking at this game anyway. That's why I want to bring it up. So
yeah, well, and the Packers' red zone efficiency is very sporadic. I mean, either they're very good or they're not very good at all. I mean, and it just depends on the game, and you can't, it's undependable, from that standpoint. And that, to me, that's where the criticism of them, I think, is well justified in terms of certain things.
Yeah, this is definitely not a Browns or Panther offense where you're going to be involved in 16-15 kind of games. I think the Eagles could, maybe score a little more than 15 points here for them. But
that's what
I can see like 23-17.
Yeah.
23-17, 24-17.
Oh, yeah, just because I don't think it's going to be a 16-15 ball game, I don't think it's going to be a 44-40 game either. I think we'll play into the mid 40 range. I think this makes sense to 45.5.
I think the lines makers have got to, pretty. I don't know. But if you're just going to go with trends and you're going to think about what a November Lambeau night game means, but what does that really mean when you've got guys like Saquon Barkley that are completely rested, and you're starting to get a situation now where the Eagles are a lot hungrier. We're moving into that time of the year where they may just start to blast forward. So I wouldn't be surprised if it happened.
Yeah, and really, if you think of the Eagles last year, they're not playing a whole lot different last year than they are right now.
Good point.
I mean, they were kind of, hit and miss. Everybody was all over Hurts. Should he be starting? All this nonsense. And then then December came, and all of a sudden Eagles took off. So I mean, it's silly to. It makes fodder to talk about teams and if they're playing good or bad. But if you're looking at Super Bowls, it doesn't matter. It's what you do when it's time to go, and they've proven that they can do that.
Last 4 games between these guys, average of 38 points scored. But like I said, it still scares me just thinking, what could happen here, because it just doesn't seem like a viable. Like, there's a reason why this moved to 45. There's a reason for it. So, we have to take that into consideration. Full touchdown more than the historical averages of the last 4 games. But
it's a, Eagles bye week. You think they're going to be ready to go. You give a grain of salt to the spot losing to Carolina. Like, losing's bad. If they would have just not covered it in one thing, like, all right, they beat Pittsburgh, they beat their old quarterback, and they got a bigger fish to fry. The loss kind of makes it worse. Like, maybe the line started a little where it shouldn't be. It was at 3 and went right to 2.5. Maybe it should have been a 3.5 opener for Green Bay, right? If they would have won the game, it's probably a 3.5 or a 4 there at that spot. But the simple fact is, Green Bay 1-6 the last 7 covered. They've not. So this is not new for them. So as bad as that was, they still haven't been covering. It wasn't like they're dominating out of the gate. They haven't been.
Yeah, I mean, if you had to forecast, if you go to the NFL, for me, I have Philadelphia as the 3rd best team in the NFL, and I have the Packers 8th or 9th. depending on my personal power ratings. And I think it's accurate.
Yeah.
I think the Packers are a good team, but I don't think they're necessarily an elite team at this time.
Eagles definitely have to start thinking Packers as well. Home field, stuff like that, playoff stuff. And Eagles, by the way, next week, Sunday nighter against Detroit. Home versus Detroit next week. So
it's 2 tough games in a row.
Yeah. But how are you looking ahead? You can't look ahead,
right?
Because then you're gonna get jumped by 2 teams.
Yep.
Yeah,
I think this is a spot for. There's going to be the spot. You think coming out of a bye week, Eagles got to win this one. Now they lose this one, you'll be like, well, you know what? You got to take them next week. But
right.
Doesn't mean they're going to win that one. There doesn't mean they're a 1 point favorite.
Doesn't mean you're going to get it. Yeah, that's for sure. We've learned that.
All right.
A
half hour. We're going to get out of here, folks. Nice little conversation for a Thursday afternoon for your Monday night football game. Eagles and Packers. Before I do that, though, head on over to gamblersworld.net here today. We do have Thursday NFL football, and both Doug, myself, and Alex all have Thursday night action up today. College hoops and NHL for Doug. I have some NFL. Alex here with NFL and college hoops. Go get it at gamblersworld.net. And a bonus action, not really a bonus, but a gift to you. It's Thanksgiving. A season of giving is here, a holiday season. Price drop. Head to gamblersworld.net. Go get it. Your free play. Free is good. Everybody loves the free samples. Let's go Eagles plus 2.5. Kind of a little like in the undertalk got a little bit of play here. If you got, maybe we steered you into that, or you were already on that and said, you know what, these guys like it too. I'm taking it. There you go. But officially, Eagles plus 2.5. And there you go. Gentlemen, good luck this weekend. Good seeing everybody.
See you.
Take care. Thanks for watching, folks. Bye-bye.
Take care.